Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Happy Taco Tuesday to you, right? Today's Taco Tuesday. Let's talk about it. Just kidding. Let's not. Okay, so we're gonna look at Solana here, see kind of what's going on. We talked last time about the potential for the price coming down to retest this 50-day SMA. That didn't happen at all. Price ended up bouncing perfectly off this lower level here. So if this is the low, then we should experience a next higher high here to sweep this previous liquidity. Okay, so we'll talk about that and much more. Obviously, note if you are new to the channel, I'm not a financial advisor. I do love teaching people to trade. Hope you can learn something here today. If you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is the site. Link down below. Also, make sure to check out our newest exchange that we're partnered with. This is Bitunix. They are a phenomenal exchange. They have no KYC, no VPN required. Link down below for that. If you use my link, you'll benefit from a $5,500 newbie benefits, as they refer to it as. So it's a really awesome exchange, my favorite. Of course, I love Bitget, don't get me wrong. I've always been a Bitget fan. Just my US, Canadian, and a lot of other countries that got KYC required kind of got screwed over. So again, there's a good little pivot there. And I think BingX is supposed to be requiring KYC as well soon. So just be mindful of that. I've heard that is a speculation at this point. Not confirmed. So, okay, what we're going to look at is Solana back-end data. Let's go ahead and just jump into that first here and kind of just clarify. There's a ton of liquidation at about $42. I don't think we're going to see that based on the way that the price action recovered today. In fact, we're going to draw a correlation between Bitcoin and Solana here. It's not direct, but there is some similarities. Okay. That being said, though, if we take a quick look here at the most recent data, just to quickly note, tons of liquidation at about $50.40, and also a decent amount of liquidation at about $64. These are probably low leverage trades up here, or some early high leverage trades, and this is basically some late high leverage trades here. Probably got in right as soon as that dip occurred at about 51.30. Okay, so again, just be careful using high leverage. I always recommend being cautious and careful. So what we want to look at here really quick is the daily. We'll just go ahead and work our way down first and foremost and just kind of quickly get perspective. We will draw a correlation to Bitcoin once we get to the smaller time frame, so make sure to stick around for that. It's actually very interesting the way that it's behaving. But right now, at this point, what we want to look at is a few key factors here. First of all, money flow index starting to bounce. It was coming down pretty hard last night, so you got to recognize that with us kind of hitting that little level there, it's a good chance that we could see the price recovering. If we take a look at the volume starting to increase. We're almost already above that moving average, and we still have about 7 hours left in this candlestick. That's a good sign. It shows that the price shouldn't go much lower based on the fact the volume is remaining high. Okay, so again, very, very important to recognize that. RSI is still over 70 as well. Extremely bullish here so far on this coin. We can see our moving averages are all well and good. So the 100, 50, 20, 200, all looking very, very healthy here. Okay, so again, there's really no cause for concern. The daily doesn't really give us an indication that we're breaking bearish. Last night it was kind of faking us out a little bit with the money flowing out of the coin, but now it seems like it's kind of since recovered. Smaller time frames will identify this here, but just before we go any further, let's quickly just double check here and take a look with the Bitcoin. Okay. Now let's go to the hourly just so you can kind of see this, because I did notice this earlier. It was interesting, the behavior. If you look at Bitcoin here, price action was coming up, down, and up. We saw very similar behavior here for Solana, up, down, up. Difference is, and if you take a look at this here, Bitcoin dumped pretty hard here. We actually got $1 billion in Bitcoin liquidations. Take a look at this here. $973 million in selling activity in 13 minutes on the Binance exchange. So again, Bitcoin took a massive dump, and take a look what Solana did. It only pulled back a little bit and continued higher. This tells me there's a lot of strength and that the overall sentiment has shifted from bearish to bullish, at least on the smaller time frames. Okay, again, if you add up a lot of smaller time frame scenarios, and they eventually become bigger time frame situations, right? So what I'm getting at here is just because we have a green candle on the daily does not imply we're just breaking bullish and we're good to go. But this is so far a bullish engulfing candle. If we can close at the current level or higher, that'd be a very solid switch and reversal. That is a candlestick pattern you need to be aware of. If you're kind of curious, we got a ton of candlestick patterns in our education section here. Go ahead and find it. You'll see exactly what that looks like. But generally speaking, a bullish engulfing candle is a very strong bullish sign, basically saying that anything that happened yesterday is kind of wiped out and we're good to go. We're back on track. Okay. So ultimately, that looks very good. What do we also want to recognize too here? Well, last night we were dipping below 50 on the RSI. That's typically a bearish sign. The price action has since recovered. However, we can see that the money flow index is still under 50. So again, I'm not totally sold on the fact that we are back on track here. We need more volume to be able to push the price action higher, because you got to recognize low volume and the price goes up. That's kind of a dead cat in a way, because of the fact that you need more volume to break through key level resistances. We've got a key level resistance here at about 57, 56, 57.40, 57.50, right in that range. And if we do not break through that, we can't continue higher, and obviously the price action having lower volume will cause the price action to return and come back to where it came from. So again, I'm not totally sold. We do need to establish a higher high first before we get excited about this next leg up. Okay? Again, the next leg up seems probable. Okay? If we take a look at Elliott Wave, this is likely our final wave, essentially. If this is our bottom, we will definitely see some higher highs. Some of them could be as high as about $70 to $90. Okay, so again, keep in mind we're definitely in good shape here. I don't think we're going to just drop like a rock, but we got to give it time to confirm it's back on track. Again, if you look at the overall sentiment here, and you can see the patterns: lower high, lower high, lower high. Okay, we're still establishing lower highs and lower lows. Okay, so until we break free from that trend, we can assume the price is going to continue down. However, you can also summarize that we are starting to form somewhat of a channel here, and a lot of times this channel breaks to the upside because it derived from the downside. Okay, so a lot of times you will see a breakout from that. So there's a decent chance that we are breaking out from this little channel, this trend. I think it's more likely the price will go up. We just got to confirm bullish to ensure that we get a break above $57, $58. If you want to be an early long right now, you could. I guess it's not really much of an early long, it's kind of a late long, but no matter how you look at it, I think statistically we're more probable to increase than decrease here, but I'm just not fully convinced yet because this reversal hasn't fully reversed because we're not establishing higher highs yet. Okay, again, it's just kind of a little thing to pay attention to. MACD is trying to swing upwards, but we haven't yet. And let's just quickly check our moving averages and see. We're kind of getting rejected at the 20, but once again, we still got the 50 below us here. So to me, the trend setting indicator on the 4-hour is the 50-day SMA. The 20 is a nice consolation to be able to stay and maintain above that. It doesn't necessarily have to tell us that we're going to get rejected and the price is going to come down because of it, but it does imply that we have somewhat of resistance here. So we got a couple resistances between 56, let's just say round number 57 and 58. That's somewhat of a resistance channel. We can close above that level here today. We're going to be in pretty good shape. That would confirm the bullish engulfing candle on the daily. That would give us confirmation we're going to stay above 50 on the RSI, and more specifically, maintain that ascending trend here with 50 on the simple moving average. Okay, so those are all positive contributing factors. Again, we're starting to build a case here that there's more likelihood of increase than decrease, but you got to be careful not just to jump in because the market seems nice, right? Truth is, Bitcoin coming down, Solana recovering as well as it did, leads me to believe there's a lot of strength in this coin, and that we shouldn't see the price action come much lower. Obviously, we can see a lot of volume coming out of the coin here in the most recent 2 hours. Big surprise. That's kind of what happens when there's a massive sell-off. And then, of course, we see Ichimoku cloud. We haven't fully broken through the cloud yet either, but this does confirm if you have a short position open, you should have closed it by now because of the lagging span intersecting with the price action there, and of course, conversion line intersecting with the baseline. Those are all contributing factors letting us know that this potential run to the downside could be closing. Okay, again, be careful shorting this coin right now. Definitely looks like it's got a lot more strength, a lot more get up and go, if you will, just based on how well it recovered. Again, if you're going to pay attention to anything on certain coins, compare it with Bitcoin and see how well it does. If it jumps back and does extremely well and there's high volume to complement that, then you should expect the price action to probably continue further than that same direction. Other coins right now got hit by Bitcoin selling off, and they're still struggling. Those are coins you probably want to consider shorting and not taking a long into, right? Because you want to go synonymous with Bitcoin behavior. Because right now we can presume Bitcoin is going to continue lower. But the cool thing is, as Bitcoin continues lower, Solana is continuing higher. That's a very, very good sign. All right, cool. I hope I drove that home and I correctly explained that. If you have an open position with Solana, comment below. Let us know what's going on. I'd love to hear your feedback. What in the heck are you thinking is going to happen next here? I greatly appreciate all of the support I've received over the months and years here, more specifically lately, with not only the trade signals for our community, but just generally the increased amount of videos I'm making. Thanks again so much for the requests. I'm working hard for you guys. I want to make sure that we get you some benefit there. So deeply appreciate, again, the support. Like, follow, subscribe. Also very much appreciated. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.